The Vietnam War, 1955-1975, is one of the most tragic and significant conflicts of the 20th century, during which the CIA, Central Intelligence Agency, played an active role alongside the U.S. military. The CIA's operations in Laos and Cambodia, neighboring Vietnam, often remained in the shadows but had a profound impact on the course of the war and the political landscape of the region. CIA and covert operations in Laos. During the Vietnam War, Laos became one of the most important theaters of military action, although the war was officially not fought there. The country, rich in jungles and inaccessible mountain regions, became home to numerous partisan groups, supported by both the U.S. and the Soviet Union. However, one of the CIA's most mysterious operations in Laos was Operation Shreve, a secret mission aimed at disrupting the supply chains of the North Vietnamese army and communist partisans. As part of the operation, the CIA worked to keep its involvement hidden and maintain the facade of a clean war. In Laos, a secret Center for Covert Operations was created, which not only gathered intelligence, but also conducted covert missions to train local anti-communist partisans. The missing in action and drug smuggling. One of the most talked about episodes of the Vietnam War was the mysterious disappearance of entire American military units in Laos. There were rumors that the CIA allegedly used these missing soldiers for drug smuggling and weapons operations as part of secret missions. This led to speculations about series of secret deals where the CIA allegedly sold drugs to finance their operations, and the entire process was concealed under the guise of military actions. These rumors became the foundation for many conspiracy theories about clandestine trade routes between the U.S., Laos, and Cambodia. Operation Orange Attack, Operation Orange. During the war in South Vietnam, Cambodia also became a key point for American operations. Using Laos and Cambodia, North Vietnam was able to supply its forces, and the U.S. sought ways to disrupt these supply routes. In this context, Operation Orange Attack was launched, aimed at destroying weapons and ammunition supply lines. The operation was carried out with Cambodia's support, but over time, it spiraled out of control, and the CIA was confronted with questions about the legality of its actions, particularly regarding avoiding intrusion into sovereign countries. One of the most intriguing stories from this period is the so-called secret bombing plan, where the U.S. began intense bombing campaigns in Laos and Cambodia. These bombings were never publicly acknowledged, and even after the war, many rumors circulated about the civilian casualties caused by these operations. Myths and conspiracies, General Ngo Van Lao. Rumors about the CIA's secret actions were enriched with myths about a supposed leader of anti-communist forces in Laos and Cambodia, General Ngo Van Lao. In the final years of the war, there were rumors that Lao was actually a double agent, supporting both the U.S. and Chinese forces, which led to dissatisfaction among the Allies. However, no concrete evidence was ever presented. Conspiracies surrounding his actions remain one of the most mysterious chapters of the war. Cambodia and the bloody legacy of the CIA. One of the most tragic episodes of the Vietnam War was the situation in Cambodia. In 1970, after the rise to power of Colonel Lon Nol, who received U.S. support, the country became a staging ground for covert operations. According to many historians and journalists, Cambodia became one of the centers for CIA secret operations, providing aid to not only Cambodia's military forces, but also anti-communist groups. In Cambodia, the Khmer Rouge army was also supported by the CIA. Later, many journalists claimed that, with U.S. and CIA backing, the situation in Cambodia worsened, leading to the rise of the Khmer Rouge, which triggered the Cambodian genocide. The covert U.S. support for Lon Nol's regime played a role in the destabilization of Cambodia and the rise of the Khmer Rouge under Pol Pot, was seen as a direct consequence. Operation Loop and Prototype Stories. An interesting moment in the history of CIA operations during the Vietnam War and neighboring countries was the creation of a special intelligence network during the height of the war. This network, known as Operation Loop, was rumored to be used to track and capture high-profile targets. Some claim that the CIA developed a special system of agents, including local informants and highly skilled operatives, which led to successful operations capturing key communist leaders. However, many CIA veterans claimed that they often encountered situations where high-profile targets disappeared, almost as if they were intentionally removed from play. The reasons for these disappearances were often left unexplained, adding even more mystery and conspiracy around the CIA's operations in the region. Conclusion: the CIA played a key role in military operations in Laos and Cambodia, but the history of these operations is filled with secrets and contradictions. From covert missions linked to drugs and weapons, to bombings that remained hidden from the public eye, much of what happened behind the scenes remains unresolved. The intrigues, rumors, and conspiracy theories continue to fuel interest in these dark chapters of history, prompting new researchers and historians to ask questions about the true role of the CIA in these events.